SMT Nation, we are back. Nation recording live from somewhere, early as hell. The Verizon Q4 earnings are in. And the numbers, they're actually pretty good. We're going to discuss all of them here in this video. Let's start first kind of looking at the expectations of the street. It looks like Verizon met expectations. I don't think they exceeded them. They weren't below. So we'll kind of just put it at the meat marker. And with respect to some of the financial stuff, CapEx for 2024 came in at $17.1 billion. And then free cash flow for the year came in at $19.8 billion. And I believe that is just a tick over $1 billion more than the financial year of 2023. So some important financials there first there. But let's go ahead and get into the stuff we care about, how they're doing with the consumer and the business and sales. So what we see is 568,000 total postpaid net additions. That's up from 449,000 1 year ago. Verizon is also doing a really nice job in home broadband. Those home internet customers, a combination of Verizon Fios, which is a fiber product, also throwing in the fixed wireless access. Take a look at some of these numbers. They exceeded 400,000 net adds in the home broadband segment. And I think the way that it broke down was pretty simple and straightforward. 50,000 or so on the Fios side. And then I think it came in just a shade over 373,000 fixed wireless access subs. We're going to talk about the breakdown there between business and consumer, but that definitely looks like a strength for Verizon. In the fixed wireless access side of the business, they now have over 4.6 million subscribers on the Verizon 5G home internet. Hitting that number pretty quickly, and probably, after guiding up, we can expect them to continue to grow there. And I think they maintained that pace of over 350,000 net adds now in several consecutive quarters. The theme doesn't seem to be changing. That looks really positive for Verizon. I do believe Verizon now has over 12.3 million subscribers on home broadband services, combining both the Fios and the fixed wireless access. Verizon's postpaid wireless phone churn rate, which is a metric of customer retention. So basically, if customers are leaving or if they're staying with you, that number came in at 0.89, which I believe is flat quarter over quarter. So I guess we could say that's good in a way, but they were third in the industry last quarter. We'll have to see, once we get the numbers from AT&T on Monday and T-Mobile, I think Tuesday or Wednesday, they'll be giving us their churn rates. We'll see where they stack up. But Verizon flat quarter over quarter, 0.89. I don't know if that's going to be. I think they're going to end up third there, but we'll have to wait and see. Verizon also did a nice job to grow the ARPA, which is the average revenue per account. I think they're able to grow it over 4% now, kind of tiptoeing closer to $140. I think they're just a shade above $139. That's a pretty good number. I'm not sure if AT&T reports that. They might not. I'm not sure. I don't remember if they do. I don't think they do. But T-Mobile might. So then we can kind of compare it and see how they stack up there. Now, where Verizon really showed their promotional activity and a lot of things that people have been saying about Verizon, which they wanted to see them grow more, they definitely showed it here. I think they went over 426,000 postpaid phone net adds. That's been a bugaboo for Verizon with respect to, I think, people who have been watching the industry, seeing what AT&T has been doing, and then seeing what T-Mobile is doing. T-Mobile typically the grower. AT&T has been growing too, but that number, that 426,000, that's unusual for Verizon recently. That's a huge gain. That's huge winning and share taking within the industry, and puts it right on par with typically what we see from AT&T. So with margins, with profits, and then still showing that growth, that shows Verizon was looking to grow this quarter. We'll have to wait and see if that continues moving forward, but that is a pretty welcome sign for those of you that have been looking to see if Verizon was going to be more promotionally active, more competitive for the consumer in terms of promotions and different deals on devices. It seems like that was a big emphasis for the quarter. And for the year, Verizon does finish positive, going over 82,000 wireless retail postpaid phone net adds. I believe the prepaid side says here 65,000 wireless prepaid net additions compared to 263,000 net losses last year this quarter. So they've got things turned around in prepaid. That's, I think, 2 consecutive quarters where they're showing growth. So that part looks good. Business was strong again. excellent. Business reported incredible numbers: 283,000 wireless retail postpaid net adds, 142,000 postpaid phone net adds. They continue to win there. I don't care what anybody says about T-Mobile and AT&T in business. They don't do what Verizon does. The consistency of Verizon in business is absolutely incredible. To just kind of put a bow on that, the Verizon business churn rate was 1.09. They had 157,000 fixed wireless subscribers there on that side of the house. That's a really good number. We're going to continue to monitor that because it looks like the split is pretty close. I think the consumer side came in over 200,000, and I think, with business kind of settling around that 150,000 mark, that's probably going to be something we're going to monitor. Anyways, cash flow from operations 35 billion. We're talking about for 2025. 2.0 to 2.8% wireless service revenue growth projection. EBITDA expected to increase between 2% and 3.5%. They're expecting earnings per share to grow between 0 and 3%. The street's probably not going to like that. CapEx expected to be between 17.5 and 18.5 billion, and then free cash flows expected to be between 17.5 and 18.5 billion. So some really good metrics there. I'm going to have to look at some more details within the earnings report and then listen to the call later, and then I'll be sure to follow up with more videos on it. But we're going to talk about it tonight in the pod. Stick around, subscribe for more. Tell me what you think of the quarter. Sound off in the comment section below. You're the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.